favorites. The entire process was a lot of fun. I hope it was a lot of fun for him as well. This gentleman was absolutely new to investing in the Dubai real estate market, and he was looking for the best ROI. Before he ever spoke to me and my team, he had already interviewed a lot of other advisors and agents. Having watched some of my YouTube videos, he ended up signing up on our VIP elite program, where we take people from start to finish for their investments. And then we started the process of doing the strategy development for him, and then implementing and finding the right properties. We found a very good investment property and a home. I wish him all the best. I believe it's about helping the client find the best properties, and we can invest in the client's future.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you guys? So we go live on Saturdays, generally in the mornings, but today we're live another time. Afternoon, maybe we get some more people thinking about. We wanna ask a lot more questions. So guys, look, generally speaking, we go live on Saturdays in the mornings. Today it happens to be that we're going out live in the afternoon or early evening, so to speak. It is what it is. I apologize for those who were looking for our live at 11 o'clock. Didn't seem to happen, but we're live here today. And look, I'm happy to answer questions that you might have. Sometimes Fridays evenings works very well. So I've got questions that are from investors, and I'm still going to be answering them. Yamin Wallam, Assalamu alaikum. How you doing, brother? I'm still going to be answering them, and I'm still going to take questions that you're going to you might ask. Okay. Okay, guys, listen. So shoot Fahd Chatta, welcome. Sharif at Insta, welcome. Assalamu alaikum, Fahd Chatta. Hey, I remember having a good discussion. Bro, what do you think about correction? Is it coming? Allahu Akbar. What kind of question is this? What do I think about correction? Yamin, why you ask me this question? Brother, my brother, why you ask me this question that I do not I honestly don't have a correct answer for you, okay, Yamin? But I'll give you my opinion, brother. How old is the Dubai real estate freehold market? About 22, 23, 24, 25 years, right? We are not an emerging market. We are a quarter of a century old, so 25 years old. We are not a mature market, but we've seen ups and downs, from the extreme ups and downs, the 2002-3 to 2008 bubble, 2006, yes, to the normalization of the market between 2012 and 15, to the pandemic, and so on and so forth, okay? What I've seen is Dubai is resilient to the extent that it absorbs the inventory that's coming in. This is not new. If you want to go back to If you want to go back to 2012, or 13, when people are talking about more inventory coming into the Dubai market, it did, and it came, and the market rents corrected or softened a little bit, and then things corrected, and then things grew back, right? So I don't think that there's a correction coming, so to speak, but the market doesn't necessarily need to always keep growing, or doesn't have to always, I don't think that it's always going to go up and up and up all the time. So some light corrections in prices, rents, quality, those things are normal, and them happening is okay. And just for your information, like, real estate doesn't always go up, right? It's cyclical. So it's normal for it to come down a little bit, go back up as well, right? What you would focus on is buying value in the right areas, with the right quality, the right development, and then you will be okay. Yamin, what is your thoughts? You have some thoughts, brother? Share with me what you think. Bismillah, right? Welcome, Muhammad Taha, Fahad Chatta. Fahad, you have a question. Hi, Fahad. if I know exactly what and where I want to buy, how do you recommend approaching the real estate agents? Okay, I'll tell you how. Let's say you know exactly what and where I want to buy. What you would do is you would cast a very wide net. Okay, so you would cast an extremely wide net in that area. So let's take a townhouse community. I believe correction is needful, but for ready properties, sale and rental. Perhaps. So Fahd, I'm going to answer your question as well. Thanks, brother Yamin, for your comment. I'm going to answer your question, Fahd. The thing with this is you would cast a little bit of a wider net. Okay. So I'm just going to take any community, take any townhouse community. Let's say I assumed you want to buy a townhouse. Okay. I would cast a little bit of a wide net, and I would start filtering out and start calling those agents out. Okay. And I would actually have a decent discussion with those agents. Okay. I would have a decent discussion with those agents. So let's say you were looking for okay, let's say 3-bedroom townhouse, Maple. Okay. 3-bed townhouse, Maple. Okay. Yeah. Actually, that is the area that I had in mind, by the way, that I was going to talk to you about. Okay. So what you would do is you would start calling Mariam Irfan, welcome. You would start calling agents one by one. But what you want to do is you want to not have a short call with them. Okay. Have some questions prepared, and then give them some information from your side and inquire and elicit information from them. So here's the thing that you should be able to and be ready to answer. Are you a mortgage buyer? Are you pre-approved? Are you a cash buyer? How long have you been looking? Right? So few things you'd have to share with the agents for them to start building trust with you as a genuine buyer. Because sometimes they're like thinking that it's an agent calling them. But now this is what you need to be asking them. Okay? So you need to be asking them, hey, tell me about this price. Is it negotiable? Tell me about the tenant. Is he served a vacating notice? Is it vacant? Is the guy going? Tell me about your relationship with the landlord. Do you know the landlord very well? Are you the exclusive listing agent on this property? Right? And then you ask them, what is the villa number? Or what is the location? Or what is the view? Now, they'll be a little bit guarded about this because sometimes they feel an agent's calling them. But what you can tell them, listen, if I've spoken to you about this property, I will do my best to buy through you. Yeah, I know that you might not be able to do this, but obviously they're scared that you'll call and they might think that you have like access to the buyer or seller or something. But you want to know this. So I'll tell you why. Because when you call other agents, let's say it's villa number V22, right? For example, for argument's sake, it's villa number X21 or 91. When you call the other agents, you're going to have a list running to show you which villas you have, right? So then when you speak to them, you say, hey, do you have this villa for sale? I can see the listing, the pictures. Agents will use old pictures. They want to confuse people. They want to confuse other agents, unless it's exclusive with them. So then you tell them like, yes, I've spoken to agent number A, B, C, D, and I understand that agent number A, B, C, D has villa number V61, V62, etc. Is it the same villa, right? So now what you're trying to do is trying to figure out how long has it been in the market, what are they advertising it at, and what is the room for negotiation on it, right? Does that make sense? Right? Does that make sense? Right? Now, if you're telling me now I'm coming to this. If you feel like, hey, you know what? I don't want to do this. I would rather work with one agent. Then again, what you want to do is you can appoint a buyer's agent. Okay, you can appoint one person as a buyer's agent. The problem is most of these agents don't know how to work with buyers, so they only want to sell you what they have. What they're not willing to do is to go out there, liaise with all the other agents to find you a property that would be meaningful for you. We do that. We act as buyer's agent. Okay, we've got a certain engagement format. We charge an upfront fee because we want to be then dedicating and allocating resources to making sure that we're helping you buy the right property. Does that make sense, right? But if you find somebody over there who just is a great agent, but then you've got to get them to work for you, right? What you do is you tell them, look, I don't want to contact like 10 agents, 13 agents, 14 agents. I don't understand what they're saying, what they're not saying. I'd rather that you contact them on my behalf and get me the best possible price, the deal, and so on and so forth. What a lot of people don't understand, it's not just about finding the right property. Even after you find the right property that you like, you still got to bring it home. And there's like n number of things that could happen at that stage. Like all of a sudden you found a property that nobody else wanted for the last 5 months, and all of a sudden there's 3 buyers on this. How do you bring it home? How do you show to the seller that you're in the best position to bring this home and that they should really actually talk to you and bring it home for you? The only way you can do that is you've got the right agent who's got the right connection with the seller, right? And if that's what's going on, you've got to be able to figure that out in the earliest stage, or your agent's gonna have to figure that out for you. Like, I was just talking to one of my VIP clients yesterday, and it's actually funny. Welcome Amir, welcome Jayan Geopath, Bravo Lady 7, Vivek Vardhan. I was talking to one of my clients the other day, and oh my god, what a funny story we had, right? We ended up, walaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Fahd, you know, I've never tried a video call. Let's see what happens. I don't know if that even works. Somebody sent me a video request, but I don't even know it will work. Just for some reason it doesn't work. Okay, Fahd, I can see that Fahd, you requested a video chat, but maybe you pressed the wrong button for the wrong reason. Okay, no worries. So I was talking to one of my VIP clients, and you know, this is what we came up with, and we ended up buying a particular property. I never met the agent who was representing the seller. And that agent never met me, right? We both had teams and people working in place to bring the deal home. But what I remember about this agent was absolutely professional, knew what she was doing, knew what the seller wanted, knew how much to sell it for, knew how to bring it home, and that's about it. Because that's what we cared about, right? And my client even asked me, hey, did you ever meet that agent? I'm like, no, I never met the agent. But she was good. She was very good at what she did, and we were able to bring the property home in a very easy way. So it wasn't really, really so difficult for us, right? All right, I've got some questions here. Amir Khattab, Muzakkar Adris, welcome. EM Sakir, welcome. So some investor questions. Live videos are paused. Can you see the live video? Okay, Kobe Tribute 8, welcome. Okay, live video is paused. Is it pausing? Is it okay? You know what? Is it pausing? Yeah, I know why it's pausing, because I tried to go live on. Hey guys, I'm coming back. Okay, I'll come back now. Inconvenience for the video pausing. I'm back live again. Are we live on YouTube as well? Okay, so I've got some questions on Instagram. I've got some investor questions over here. So somebody asks, do I need to be rich? Anas Shahid, welcome. Do I need to be rich to buy a property in Dubai? Realtor Razak, Assalamu alaikum, how are you? No, I don't think you need to be rich. I do think that you need to be a little bit focused. Who cares? 00. Gautam Punjabi, hello. Niger real estate preacher. Wow. Wow. Anas Shahid, Jafar Siddiqui, Saqib Sheikh, Sunil Motirami, Jintu, mashallah, Allah Mubarak, Sarfaraj, KKR7. Okay, do I need to be rich to buy a property in Dubai? No, I don't think you need to be rich. You just need to be focused, because if you're focused with this goal, then you'll probably easily get there, okay? Probably easily get there. Question number 1 by agent. How do I talk to people who think real estate is only for rich people? I don't know. You first of all, I don't think that you need to convince people to buy real estate, okay? Like try to not convince people. Just share information, okay? But let people come to their own conclusions and understanding in their own easy to go way. The more you force things, or the more you try to convince people, the more difficult it gets. So I personally don't think that I would recommend that anybody try to not encourage anybody try to force people to invest in real estate. Let people go on their journey and be on their journey, in my opinion, and let them come to a place where they understand that real estate might be a good potential investment for them, right? So let it just roll like that. Another question from investors. What if I buy and then can't find who to start real estate business in Dubai? How to start real estate business in Dubai? Anas Shahid. It's actually quite simple. Get a trade license. So get a license to start operating as a real estate brokerage if that's what you want. There's different kind of licenses. If you're looking to manage properties, it's a different license. If you're looking to develop a building, construction, it's a different license. If you're trying to be a broker, a brokerage company, it's a different license. Shiharana Fees 124, welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Bushin, how are you, Bushin? All right. There's a different license. So you would go to the Dubai Land Department and get that license, pay for it, pay the fees, and get started. What you will have to do as the license owner or the general manager, I believe, would have to clear up or go through you have to go like through an examination to make sure that the company managers and the owners or something on that line know what they're doing. So basically they need to be able to understand real estate law. Not understand real estate law, but understand real estate rules and regulations. Assalamu alaikum, Shehara Nafis. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. What do you do, Shehara Nafis? Are you a broker, agent, investor? And where are you from? And what are you looking to do? Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Bushin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Mr. Saqib. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So yeah, Shehara Nafis, what do you do? Are you a broker, investor, business owner? What brings you to learning about Dubai real estate? Okay, so if you want to start a company, get a trade license or a operating license that allows you to operate a real estate brokerage company, and you take it from there. Okay, does that make sense? Hope it makes sense, right? So let's address some investor questions as well. What if I buy and then can't find anyone to rent it? Here's the thing. In Dubai, in general, it's not very, very difficult to rent a property out, okay? Yeah. And Shahid, hello, to start real estate business in Dubai. Yeah, I answered that. Get the trade license, get the training in real estate through RERA, Real Estate Regulatory Agency, and you can get started, right? Just there are procedures that you can easily get on the Dubai Land Department website and the Dubai Economic and Tourism website, DET and DLD. Okay, so you'll be in a good place to actually start there and know exactly how to start your real estate business. Okay. So investor asks, what if I buy and then can't find anyone to rent it? I don't know. Like why would you have a problem to rent out your business. I want to be very clear and frank with you. Rent out your property in the Dubai market, generally speaking, okay? Generally speaking, you're not going to find it very difficult, okay? I'll tell you why you won't find it very difficult and extremely difficult. Two things you've got to pay attention to when you're renting your property out. Number one, you've got to rent it out at market value. So you're looking to place it at market value, okay? Number two, don't be overly qualifying the kind of tenant you want. Yes, I know that you want to get a good tenant who pays on time, is not going to destroy the property, is going to take care of the property, so on and so forth. But don't bring variously unrealistic demands that I can only rent out my property if the tenant's name is Krishna. Huh? And if the tenant is from, it's not even Krishna. If you say his name must be Krishna Nunni. Yeah? Makes sense? It's too difficult, right? How you'll find a tenant whose name is Krishna? Right? But that's what people do. We want a white, black, yellow, blue kind of tenant and that, or pink hair, pink eyes. Forget about that. Your basic concept on finding a great tenant should be a good human being, gainfully employed. You get along with them. You think that they're going to pay their rent on time. You feel that they're going to pay rent on time. That's about it. Market rent and asking for regular rent. Too much. Allahu musta'an, Allahu musta'an, astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. Type. Okay, does that make sense? How to start JS Shabandari. I am Andy F. joined. Hi Andy, how are you? How to start Airbnb business in Dubai? Honestly, I don't know. Okay, I'm not going to BS you. But I think, again, the same thing applies. There is a license you can get from DET. And there's a few people on Instagram who run channels, okay? Channels and classes. So they run channels and classes, and you can actually join them and start your Airbnb business. Okay. What do I say when they're scared about spending so much money? Instagram keeps blocking? Pausing. Why? Why? Oh, you know why? Now it'll be fixed. I'm going to go to... Do you know why? Because there is a problem. Now it won't block. Yeah, because now I'm on a different connection. How is it now? Is it working all right now? Instagram is working all right. YouTube was not blocking, right? Huh? Yeah, to Wi-Fi, right? To LAN, yeah. Okay, no worries. Okay. What do I say when they're scared about spending so much money? Why? If somebody's scared about spending too much money, let them be scared. Like, not your job. You're not an exorcist. You're not about to take their demons out. Do your job. Explain to them the pros and cons of what they can invest in, and then take it from there. That's about it, right? But investor asks, Zarina Fattah, Assalamu alaikum sister. Investor, how do I know the agent isn't lying to me? Use your common sense. All right. The best indicator of checking that somebody is not lying to you is use your common sense. Like if somebody's making amazing promises to you that the world is going to be, I don't know, he promises that it'll snow tomorrow money. Creative solutions. Then if it sounds too good to be true, or if they're fibbing too much, then, just use your common sense. You'll be okay. Creative solutions. What is the best place to check accurate long-term rental prices for specific communities in Dubai? all the portals now carry actual data as well. So if you look at something, you'll know exactly how the rental prices are there. Number one. Number two, you can go to DXB Interact. Yeah. So if you go to DXB Interact, I think you can check price trends, transactions, market data, history. There's a lot of things that you can actually check over there. You know what I mean? Property price change per area in all areas. Not bad. Rabina B joined. Hello. It's quite interesting actually. So DXB Interact is your one-stop shop, all right? DXB Interact is the place you want to go. Monthly reports, offline versus ready. It's pretty good. It's pretty neck and neck still. Very interesting. So DXB Interact. So who Creative Solutions was asking, right? Creative Solutions, I haven't seen you in a while, but DXB Interact. Okay. How do I prove I'm honest when they don't trust agents? How do you prove that you're honest when they don't trust agents? Just be honest. Okay. Your honesty will start shining through. Okay. So you don't have to worry too much. Mr. Hassan, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Is it true that foreigners can own property in Dubai? Yes, all foreigners can own a property in Dubai. Question for an agent. When they ask, what's the catch? How do I answer? Give them the complete detail. Like, there is no catch. You're buying a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom. You're buying this villa. There's no catch. I'm not hiding anything under the table, or I'm not hiding anything inside the suit. It's pretty okay. It is what it is. I'm not showing you anything that I don't think that you should be buying. Okay. Sharif at Insta, welcome. What happens if the building has problems after I buy? Lizan, hello. How are you? Assalamu alaikum. What happens if the building has problems after I buy? Well, yeah, it just goes to the regular process of getting fixed. Just to let you know, a building has 10 to 13 years of warranty on the build of it. But then, generally speaking, I expect that buildings in Dubai should last anywhere between 40 to 70 years before they have to get refurbished. Okay, before they have to get refurbished. So before they have to get refurbished, you don't have to worry too much about it. All right. Welcome, Lizan, Michael, Maz. If you guys have questions, shoot it across. We're going to be ending this live very soon. I just have a couple of more questions I want to answer. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. How do I help someone who's never bought anything expensive before? And we know that properties are generally on the higher end. So how do we help somebody come across and be able to actually digest that and take the plunge? Work the process. Okay, work the process. Help them understand value, because when somebody understands value, there's no way that they're not going to say yes to something. If they go through the process of understanding, comparing, understanding the rental income, what's the potential of resale, so on and so forth, they are going to actually help them make that purchase. All right, guys, thanks very much. Generally speaking, those who were attending today, we generally go live Saturdays 11 a.m. right? You can shoot across your questions otherwise as well, but our general day to go live is Saturdays 11 a.m. Okay, today happened to be a little bit later in the day. I was busy. I apologize for that. So good question from Lizan Craig. Hey, do you think Dubai is oversaturated with apartments in downtown Dubai? Is there too many available units in comparison with the demand on that? I don't think that there's anything such as oversaturation. I think that with everything that's getting delivered, there will be a certain demand and supply meeting at a certain point in time. Now, when you're looking at, hey, is there enough demand? It actually boils down to pricing and competition on the pricing, okay? So let's say, for instance, I'll give you guys an example, okay? My one bedroom in Act 1, Act 2. I'm going to give you guys an example, okay? Because this will give you a good indicator. So I've just picked up one building of, let's say, Act Towers, one bedroom in Act Towers 2. Their units priced at 2.25 million, 2.55 million, and so on and so forth, right? Now, if you look at the transactions in just this one building, okay? I'm not looking at everything else. In just this one building, I wish I could show it to you, right? There's been a transaction for a unit that sold on 12th September at 2.2 million, 10th September at 2.25, 25th August for 2.4, 21st August for 2.25, and 18th August for 2.2. Okay? So one bedroom apartments in downtown, Act 1, Act 2, right? We've got an apartment that sold on the 12th, 10th, 25th, 21st, and 18th. Okay, I'm only seeing the top 5 transactions. But in just the last less than 1 month, there's 5 one-bedroom apartments in Act 1, Act 2 by Emaar that have sold, right? So it gives me the trend that, yeah, there's a lot of transactions happening. But then you have another question that's interesting, okay? So we can go to Dubai Interact, and we can look at what's the status of downtown Dubai in terms of sales. Okay. All right. Interesting. And let's look at, let's pick up one bedrooms. Okay. Downtown Dubai, one bedrooms, last 3 months only. Okay. 262 transactions. So there's 262. So 87 one bedrooms have sold in the last 3 months. And if I say sold, change hands, and I could even say sold by individual, okay? So not just a developer, okay? So in the last 3 months, in downtown Dubai, 664 transactions have taken place. Now, which would include 1 beds, 2 beds, 3 beds in the last 3 months, which means 221 apartments sold every single month. So, Lizan, it seems like there was a lot of new luxury development in the past 10 years, and a lot of people invested in off-plan. And I'm not trying to sell off the handover. No, when new apartments get handed over, new buildings get handed over, it just takes a little bit of time for them to start getting established, and the resales and the transactions start happening then. But if I was to tell you that all of downtown, because I'm looking at actual data in front of me, right? So I want to show you actual data. Look at this. So maybe I can show you guys. Can I show this to you guys? How do I do this? There we go. All right, guys, look at this, okay? So you see this? This is downtown Dubai, okay? My selection is this, last 3 months. How many units by not the developer and the individuals have sold? It's 664 transactions in the last 3 months, right? I can do this and see how many in 6 months. 1,415 transactions. Okay, I can do 1 year. And it's 3,045. So when you look at this, you can actually see that there is a large amount of transaction. Now 664 is all types of apartments, but I can now click only one beds. And you'll see it's 245 in the last 3 months, right? But that's still a large number. It's not a bad number, you know what I mean? It's a good number, right? And more than that, if you look at the average pricing, 2.42, 2.2, 2.175, 2.5, right? 3 million. This is obviously, okay, this is a little bit of a different. 1.95, fair enough. This is an older building, okay, but it's a large 1 bedroom. 1.61, old building, Boulevard Point, Burj Vista. 2.25, so on and so forth, right? Does that make sense, guys? So if somebody says, or somebody thinks, oh, there's not been too many transactions in downtown, is it oversaturated? No, it's not oversaturated. If you're seeing, okay, so the average waiting time for an apartment in downtown should be like 3 months. At 3 months, as long as a couple of things are met. Okay, that the apartment is clear access for viewings. Okay, number one. Number two, that the transfers can happen with ease. Okay, so if an apartment is clear access and it's very easily accessible, then it should be very easy, number one. Number two, it should be priced relatively competitive, okay? It should be priced relatively competitively. So if it's priced relatively competitive, so let's say average pricing is 2.2, 2.15, 2.2, 2.3, and you're pricing it in that range, you should be able to get viewings, you should be able to get sales. If your price is too high, or if your price is not relatively competitive, or access to the apartment is still difficult, so you can't see the apartment, visit the apartment because it's not vacant, then obviously it will take more than 3 months. Otherwise, it should be 3 months, should have the offer in place, and then it should generally be sold. It shouldn't take more than that. Yeah, that. I hope I'm able to answer your questions, Lizan. Bless you. Okay. Keep them coming. I'm still here though. Okay, Naija real estate preacher. Hey, what type of structure moves faster in the Dubai real estate market? I don't know what you mean by that. What type of structure moves faster in the Dubai real estate market? Please qualify your question so I can answer it in a better way, please. I'm not able to understand what exactly you mean by this question. What type of real estate structure moves faster in real estate in Dubai? So, Lizan, just to answer your question again and to close the loop on your question, should be priced accurately. The price, the viewing should be very easy on a property, and as long as the viewings and the pricing is correct, then a few offers would always come through, and the sale becomes very, very convenient and easy. Bismillah. Okay, by God's help and by God's grace. All right, guys, I appreciate everybody who attended. Thanks very much, Lizan, for the questions. Much appreciate them. And if there are no more questions coming in through right now, I'm going to bid you adieu, say goodbye, and catch you guys on the other side, okay? Some of these questions I got to answer. All right, guys. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Goodbye for now. See you guys soon. Bye-bye for now.
This is a very interesting client story. One of my favorites. The entire process was a lot of fun. I hope it was a lot of fun for him as well. This gentleman was absolutely new to investing in the Dubai real estate market, and he was looking for the best ROI. Before he ever spoke to me and my team, he had already interviewed a lot of other advisors and agents. Having watched some of my YouTube videos, he ended up signing up on our VIP elite program, where we take people from start to finish for their investments. And then we started the process of doing the strategy development for him, and then implementing and finding the right properties. We found a very good investment property and a home. I wish him all the best. I believe it's about helping the client find the best properties, and we can invest in the client's future.